Hold on now. I know things will get better. Yay! You already know how we do it around this time. Coming with that zoom zoom. Make your mind get right. Just know that everything gonna be alright. Give praises so that you could know and be grateful and appreciating what you have. So, hold up, man. It's alright. Despite where you at in your life, hold true. Because that betterness is coming. But I come to see that not too many of us go about trusting in God. And because we don't trust in God, the journey becomes harder. Because we believe by our understanding. We could go about formulating things to work out the way we want it to work out. But how many times must we go about traveling this road before we realize what we are doing is not healthy? We are abusing ourselves, abusing the ones around us, and making this journey a lot harder than it has to be. But within that, here comes truth. Truth. It's not about making excuses. Truth. It's about taking the appropriate steps to go about getting to that place in your life where things start to get easier. Because if you live in a life and the rigors damn near back breaking day in, day out, you doing something wrong. But the best advice I would have for you is stop what you're doing. Because if life is not improving, you have to come to that realization and that let me go about getting my shit together. Because when I get mine together, then life gonna get easier. But because we are so full of pride. Hey, what's going on, Dav? Nah, man, it's not no Bible study. It's just speaking up on righteousness. And more in that, when we go about elevating our thought pattern and coming to realize how life works, then the easier things get. Because who's trying to make this harder than it has to be? I don't think nobody trying to make this journey harder than it has to be. So it's more along the line of how could we go about finding ways to go about making things easy for ourselves? Because I don't think nobody volunteering to go through life on a constant struggle. At some point in time, we got to leave that struggling shit behind. Because they got a better way of doing things. But when we come to know truth, my man, Jay Brown, I done told you, bruh, leave idiotic behaviors behind. Do not concern yourself with things that goes about making you look worthless. You gotta have worth in this world, my man. You hurting? Do you need a hug? If anybody out there know this cat, I want y'all to holler at him, talk to him, so that he do not go about going around promoting worthlessness and thinking that's cool. Because, like what I tell everybody, your first impression is a lasting impression. So if you come around as a joke, everybody gonna take you for a joke. Chief L, Save America, vote Trump 24. Okay, if that's your political affiliation and wanting to prioritize saving that. But I'm gonna tell you, like I tell everybody else, man, before you can save anybody else in this world, make sure that you do the things that you need to do to go about saving yourself. Because too many times we are incorporated with this group ideology that we gonna save everybody. So vote for who you want to vote for. If you want to vote for Kamala, vote for Kamala. If you want to vote for Trump, vote for Trump. But the whole idea is make peace and come to be okay with yourself. Incorporate that truth in your life. Be one with what's going on in your life. Don't worry about nobody else. I'm pretty sure they're not worried about you. Because after this election shit is over, all them little promises y'all been hearing about, y'all not gonna hear that again until the next 4 years. So the Joshua Graham, the Florida man, okay, real. I appreciate it, man. And then that it's more about coming to discover truth for self, man. That's what the whole thing is about. And once we go about discovering our truth and where we're at in the struggle, where we are at in this journey, then we could do things a lot differently. We could go about incorporating things that will help us not have to go through the rigors and thinking that that's the only way life has to be. So it ain't no Bible studies. It's just upliftment of the mind, the way how we do things, looking at things and trying to see, is there a better way that we could go about making progress in life? Okay, thank you there. Okay, much appreciated and much love. Yeah, so just trying to go about promoting that positiveness. You follow what I'm saying? Lillian, hey, okay, appreciate it. So when we go about promoting that consciousness and that upliftment, it creates a movement within ourselves. He said, regardless of who's in charge, things will get worse in some ways. The whole machine is rotten. Hey, respect that. But despite what's going on in this world, the only thing that you have control over is yourself. And in you having control over yourself, you can just go about making sure that you're okay. Making sure that you're at that place where it's not that others have made decisions to go about affecting you, but it's more along the line of you coming to see that, understanding the system for what it is, and not being held captive to what's going on with the system. You see, because a lot of people believe that your future or your way of life is codependent upon somebody else. The choices that you make is going to go about affecting you. So if you don't put yourself in a position to make the necessary changes, then you can't blame others. Well, let me make it more simple. A lot of us we incorporate credit cards into our lives. And in incorporating credit cards into our lives, we believe that the more credit cards we have, the better it's going to be. But the thing about credit cards, there's a debt that comes to pay. Do something with on two hands and work better. Spare. Well, so what I'm trying to say is we have these credit cards, but credit cards are only meant for emergencies. But the system does not tell you that you are not to rely on credit cards, because the whole scheme and con is they want you to live off the credit cards, because that's what goes about powering the machine. Now, the point I'm trying to make is, even though the credit cards are there to go about helping you, they do not go about telling you that when they go about raising that interest rate, if you can't afford it, it's best you leave it alone. They don't tell you that. They gonna tell you, we could raise your limit, and in raising your limit, you're gonna have more capital to go about doing what you're doing. So the truth of the matter is, despite what others are going about doing, it's important that we go about looking at it from a perspective in that what I need to do and the things that I need to put in place for myself is to make sure that I am at a good and healthy place. So that's what these talks are for. That's what these talks are trying to incorporate. And it's more trying to go about expressing gratitude and truth in the ways that help us come to realize that the more we understand truth, the better the decisions we gonna make, and it's gonna help us see that it's okay that I put myself in a position where it's more favorable to me, despite how the group is going. So like what the good book will say, man, by the sweat of thy brow, once you put your hands in the soil and you start grinding, you gonna eat. So don't become reliant upon others for you to go about eating in this world. Because if you don't do nothing, you're not gonna get nothing. And that's the real deal. So we need to wake up and stop becoming so dependent upon these politicians, thinking that they gonna save the day and that we gonna have a way out. Nah, that's not how it works, man. They want to go about creating that level of dependency. And in creating that level of dependency, they gonna leave us in the slums. And I don't know about y'all, but poverty ain't for me. They gotta be a better way to go about doing this shit. And once we could go about elevating that, then it'll be that. So despite what others may go about calling themselves doing, manipulating and stuff like that, you make sure you put yourself in a position that is favorable to you. You make sure that you getting it for you and your family, because ain't nobody gonna get it for y'all. And that's real talk. So don't be dazzled by the worthlessness of others and these so-called politicians. They come to make empty promises, but come not to fulfill anything in return. So that is just a madness which runs this system of leaving people feeling empty. And it's time for us to go about collecting the rewards, man. We've been laboring far too long. Far too long. It's time we get something out of the deal. You dig? So, just make it work, man. Try to find a way to make it work in your life, and try to incorporate truth in your life. So, yeah, the game is fixed, man. The game is fixed. But don't worry about the games they play. Stay true to who you are. So, and being true to who you are, that'll help you find that peace. Because it's not about being okay with somebody else's lie. It's more about being okay with your truth. And that is the most powerful thing you're going to hear. Don't be okay with other people's lies, but become okay with your truth. Even if your truth does not go about making a movement in life today, it will help you to understand what's coming tomorrow. And in what's coming tomorrow, it don't look too good, because everybody is selfish in their ways and their desires, and looking for that instant gratification. But if that's not you, stay out of the way, because I'm gonna tell you, you can't change nobody, man. And the system is ingrained in a group mentality. It's a pack mentality. So don't ever lie to yourself and thinking that you're going to make that change for everybody else to see it. The only thing that you can work on is yourself. Just keep working on yourself on a daily. Keep loving yourself. Keep giving yourself that peace that you need. Keep encouraging yourself despite what you're going through. Tell yourself it's going to be okay. Know to yourself it's going to be okay. Because I'm going to tell you, nothing in life lasts forever. The bad times, that shit gon' end. But you just gotta put yourself in a position when your hand is dealt to you, you make the most of that hand. And in making the most of that hand, you make sure that that hand is a winner to the best of your ability. Don't cheat nobody. Don't scam nobody. Don't try to pull a fast one over, because people don't realize the karmic law. What you do is going to come back to you. And if you doing people foul and dirty, you just doing yourself foul and dirty. Because the one thing about it, man, the more we try to go about looking for ways that is unhealthy, it's going about promoting a wickedness within us. Majority of y'all didn't grow up like that. Y'all mamas wasn't trying to scam nobody. Y'all grandmamas wasn't trying to rob nobody. So if that's what you're doing to eat, hey, I'm not here to judge nobody. But yet at the same time, don't let that be a way of life. Look for something better in which you can go about getting yourself something to eat. You have a lot of talent. You just got to put your talent to work. Start believing in yourself, man. I don't give a damn if nobody else believes in you. You need to believe in you. You need to hold on to that power within you. Because you is all you got. And everything starts and ends with you. So just be okay. Be okay. Know that it's going to be okay. Don't worry about who coming across wrong, foul, dirty, this. Nah. The only thing they doing that to make you stronger. All your haters, all your peoples that's disloyal, not believing, not supporting, they are there to go about making you stronger. And that's the deal right there. So hold on to that belief that everything gonna pop off. Everything pops off in its proper time. But a lot of times we don't want to go about doing the work. What are you doing? We don't want to do the work. Like I said, everybody want to be great. But how many of us are doing the things to be great? You see? Everybody wants the mansion. But are you doing what it takes to get that mansion? Everybody want to be the CEO. But what are you doing to go about getting your own business? Aspirations don't come just because you wish it upon a star or you say it 1,000 times. Nah, you can put that shit in the universe all you want. But if you ain't making progress towards that, ain't nothing gonna happen. So, hey, KC, blessing on to that, man. It's more about we got to take the necessary steps. We got to start popping and making that thing hot. Okay. Martinez, real talk. Okay, bless up, bless up. So we got to make that thing hot. And then that, stop waiting on other people to come in and save the day. This con and this lie that has been promoted for so long, we need to let that go. We need to realize that we need to save ourselves. And the only way we're going to save ourselves is when we come to know that truth. And by knowing that truth, then we're going to stop doing things which is self-sabotaging ourselves, which is working against ourselves, you see. Because too many times we hold on to the traumas that goes about affecting us negatively. But because we dealing with this little sad story, this little pain that we feeling of not feeling appreciated, neglected, and so forth, we negate and we don't do the things that we supposed to go about doing. And when we don't do that, then what other choice life leaves us? If you're not willing to do what you're supposed to do, how is life supposed to give you what you're supposed to get? It can't. So you need to do your part in order to receive your part. And that's the blessing right there within itself. You see? So, just trying to, it ain't no Bible study like I said. But it's just that upliftment of the mind, the consciousness, to make sure that we elevate to a better place and doing things from a better space and time. But keep promoting that positivity amongst yourselves, with your neighbors, your friends, your family, because things do get better, man. Nothing stays in the same state of mind, for even the universe is expanding. So, if nature's law is teaching you that the universe is expanding, so should you. Then apply that to your life. Do things to help you look at life from a different viewpoint. Take it to another level. And then you taking it to another level, then the blessing will flow. So this is my compilation and putting things down for you not to get frustrated, not to get irritated, but look for ways in which you can make things grow. Now that's my blessing. I'm going to let y'all do what y'all do. Thank you for tuning in. Bless up, live it up, and time to make it right. One.